Hi everybody, JCRTP here, and I wanted to give you a quick show of the first prototype, the first finished prototype of what I'm calling the Proteus. And you might know this as the Rocket Pie, but I can't really call it the Rocket Pie anymore because there's not a pie inside. So I'll give you a quick tour of this, and then I'll open it up so you can see the inside, and turn it on to show off what it looks like. So first things first, this whole thing is 3D printed. I spent a long time coming up with various design candidates and things and modeling this out, and this is the first prototype that I've kind of settled on. So it's tilted a little bit up top because there's a 20 millimeter tall fan at the top that blows directly onto the CPU. This thing is engineered for function over form, I should say. So the whole thing is incredibly cool by mini PC or Nook standards. Anyway, the front here, you've got a little LED indicator board that shows you the power and activity LEDs. There's your power button, there's your intake. This on the bottom is the output of so the air comes out of here. I've got these little like silicone furniture feet thing. Ignore them for now. That's just for the sake of prototyping this. And then on the back, there we go. There is the I/O connections. All I have connected right now is power, but that's fine for this. This little hole here is for your finger, so you can put your finger in and pop the top off really easily, just like that. Here's the top. You got these little mounting peg things. Anyway, on the inside of the board, or the inside of the case, you can see the board here. This is a Rock 5B engineering sample they sent me a while ago that I've been using to prototype and test with. There's a little 3D printed fan mount. Here you go. Can you see that? This is a thing that I built that sits on the board in these two mounting holes for the fan. You've got this 40 millimeter by 20 millimeter Noctua fan. Incredibly powerful, but incredibly silent. Props to those guys. And on the inside, there's this power LED here, but this power LED turns on when the power is plugged in, not when the board is turned on or when the machine is turned on. And I don't find that to be particularly helpful. So I built this LED panel here. Let me put the top on. This guy right here, I built this whole LED assembly so that when you turn the machine on, let me do that real quick. Click. You have a blue indicator to tell you that the power is on, the machine is active. And then this red one shows you the activity light. It blinks a little bit during boot up, which is pretty quick. And then once it's done, it switches over to activity mode. And so it flickers every time the system is doing stuff. So while you're staking, you should see that be pretty much on all the time or blinking all the time. And when it's idle, that indicates that the system isn't doing anything, so you probably have like a connection failure. I don't have the LAN cable plugged in right now, so it's not doing anything. It's idle. But anyway, as you would expect, you press the power button again, and it sends a graceful shutdown request to the system. But because this whole thing is so optimized, shutting down is really fast. Watch this. Click, and off. That's all it takes. So this whole little thing is pretty much purposely designed specifically for Ethereum staking, although it is a general purpose device. You can kind of use it for anything. But I've built this with staking in mind, and I am toying with the idea of like a version 2 or a Proteus Plus, I suppose, where this part right here will actually have like an LED or an LCD panel, and it'll give you some stats about your validators and your proposals and things like that. People have asked me to put like fancy LEDs on there that turn funny colors when you get into a sync committee or you get a proposal or something. So I'm toying with that idea. But for now, as a first sort of prototype, this is pretty cool, gotta say. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys back in the Discord.